Hi, it's Benji on Benji 84.0. In this video, I'm going to briefly discuss the subject of fatness or obesity. I might call this video Don't Date Fat Women, and I mean that comment and stand by it. However, this video is on the topic of obesity in general. So I have some statistics here. I'm recording this in June 2025. The statistics I have. So by the time it became 2021, almost half the global adult population, that's in 2021, almost half the global adult population, 25 or older, were overweight or obese. That's 1 billion men and 1.11 billion women. It doesn't surprise me that it's more women than men at all. So by 2021, that's 4 years ago, almost half the global adult population, 25 years or older, 25 years old or older, 1 billion men and 1.11 billion women overweight or obese. Those proportions had doubled since 1990. So there were... based on that, in 1990, a quarter of the global adult population, 25 years old or older, were overweight or obese. By 2021, just 31 years later, just over 3 decades later, that had doubled to half the population of the world. Young adults, those under 25, so young adults, those aged under 25, had doubled between 1990 and 2021 from 9.9% to 20.3%. That's more than doubled. 9.9% to 20.3%. That's more than doubled. Between 1990 and 2021, young adults, I'm going to guess 18 years old or older to 25 years old, 20.3% of them overweight by 2021. So both of these statistics are going to be worse by now, because in the fallen society in which we all live, things are getting worse constantly and exponentially. These are the most up-to-date statistics I have, though. So and that's really terrible. That's young adults in their prime. As I say, I'm going to assume 18 years old to 25. It says young adults under 25 years old in 2021. Between 1990 and 2021, the percentage of obese young adults aged under 25 went from 9.9% in 1990 to 20.3% in 2021. That's in 31 years. And I'm going to assume, for the sake of this, that's aged 18 to 25. Now, that's particularly terrible because that is when human beings are at their prime. So these are young adults in their prime, already overweight. Over 20% of them. As I say, this figure is from 2021. It's going to be worse now in 2025. It's going to be approaching a quarter. Now, I will say shame on those young people. There's absolutely no good reason, unless there's a genuine medical condition, which is going to be a tiny, insignificant proportion of these individuals. There is no good reason to already be overweight or obese before you're 25 years old. That's disgraceful. And if that applies to you, I'm saying it. All right, do something about it. Now I'm going to drop something interesting in here. There's a very famous Pixar movie that came out in 2008, June 2008, so 17 years ago. It's called Wall-E. Now, I never liked it. However, I've seen it several times. It's about the little robot that's left abandoned on Earth, and then he gets picked up by a spacecraft later in the film. Now, that was a really popular film, Wall-E. Came out in June 2008, so exactly 17 years ago, as I'm recording this. It cost $180 million to make, and it made $532.5 million. It's also done really well on home media. A real success. It's Pixar, before Disney bought them. And in that movie, when Wall-E, the robot, gets taken to this large spacecraft out in space, the human population have become so overweight and so docile, so sedentary, they have to move around in these hovering chairs, right? It's basically making fun of fatness and obesity, and rightly so. It's what I'm doing here. I'm just going easy. I'm just pointing out facts in this video. And that movie would never get made now. That movie would never get made because now obesity and fatness, particularly when it applies to women, to females, is celebrated. So as recently as 2008, a Pixar movie, which is a family movie for very young people at all ages, was openly making fun of obesity and fatness and rightly saying it's wrong. And it is. Now that would never get made in just 17 years. the culture in society as a whole has shifted so much, gone so badly wrong, because that movie was rightly pointing out, as I said, that, obesity, sloth, being docile, being sedentary, being greedy, gluttony, all of these things are wrong. These are wrong, and these lead to bad outcomes, right? And now obesity, fatness is celebrated. Well, I will say this: I will not be romantically involved with a fat woman. I don't find it appealing. I don't find it attractive. I'll also say I'm in my early 40s and I'm in shape. I'm in shape because I put effort into it. I'm not saying that to boast. I'm not saying I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger either, or Jean-Claude Van Damme, okay, in his prime. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying it to boast. I'm saying I'm in shape because I exercise every day. Okay, I exercise in a calculated and concerted manner. All right, I have an exercise regime that I follow. That involves working out specifically, and I'm active. Okay, I'm active. Anybody can be active. Anybody can exercise, unless there are genuine medical reasons for that. I'm not talking about those people or to those people in this instance. All right, however, that's a small proportion. Most of the time, it's not good reasons why people are out of shape, why people are lazy. It's excuses. And also, I cook from scratch every day. I'm not greedy. I'm not gluttonous. I never eat takeaway. Certainly not, McDonald's type takeaway. I'm not saying I essentially never eat it, that type of takeaway. I cook from scratch. All right. Obviously, I taught myself to cook. I've got better over time. I cook from scratch. That's much healthier than certainly I don't know. I'm not going into all this. All right. If people want to be in shape, it's perfectly doable. If people want to be healthy and in shape, at least physically fit, it's doable. Okay, to celebrate fatness, obesity, particularly in women, it's wrong. It's disgusting, to be honest. And I don't find it attractive at all. Okay, I make the effort. I expect if I was going to be romantically involved with a woman at this point, as a straight man, which I obviously am, if I am going to be romantically involved with a woman at this point, I expect her to be in shape. It's as simple as that. I expect her to take care of herself because it's an indication of character. So there are some interesting statistics. I will not date fat women. It's as simple as that. And I suggest you gentlemen don't either, unless you have a thing for that. However, it is an indication of poor character. Loads of other things, bad things are going to come with the territory. It's a deal-breaking red flag. I've mentioned lots of deal-breaking red flags lately. Is she a single mother? If she is, deal-breaking red flag for me, as it should, as I recommend it is for you gentlemen watching as well. Is she overweight? Absolutely, that's a deal-breaking red flag. Does she smoke weed? Absolutely. Or take any other illegal substances? Absolutely, that's a deal-breaking red flag. All of these for me. There are others. Anyway, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button to give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone if you think they might get something from it. Subscribe, and when you do, ring the notification bell. Comment. This is Benji on Benji 84.0. Hasta pronto.